Hi Jason, so here's a rework of the storage space. Got two versions for you to look at. Let's start with the easiest wall. We've gone for wire shelves and I've got a price for a 2mm polycarbonate on top of those, clear polycarbonate. I need to speak to the manufacturer of that tomorrow and just sort of find out what level of abuse that can put up with. I think polycarbonate is the best plastic, but I need to check. Let's look at the alternative version of that wall first. So we're going to go concept 4, view, display, perspective. Rather than the added cost of having polycarbonate on wire shelves, I just then thought, well, why aren't we just doing simple, robust, white faced and edged, moisture resistant MDF shelves. Normally you would screw these from the underneath into the board material there. Now screwing those in makes them rather difficult to adjust after the event, but recently in situations like this where the shelf is sort of contained on three sides, there is very limited risk in leaving these unscrewed, so they are just sitting on the metalwork. That's going to leave that system fully adjustable. It's a very tough material and it's going to work out cheaper than wire shelves and polycarbonate. So you've got choices there, and really think carefully. Let's just go back to that option, concept 3. Really think carefully if you need that polycarbonate, because you know it's in almost 20 years of supplying this, it's not something I've had to worry about really in the past. The thin wires there are typically, I think, something like 8 or 9mm apart, maybe 10mm, but there's not much you're going to be putting on those shelves that's going to be dropping through those. Just have a think about, you know, how important that polycarbonate is, but I've got a price for you if that's what is required. So nothing's changed on the dryer wall, and let's go to the other wall where we talked about making that more appropriate for sports goods, odds and sods, general family storage, you know, coats, sportswear. So what I've suggested there is just a bunch of utility tracks or storage tracks with I've shown some basic sort of hooks because that's what's in my current model, and some tool grippers. But there are all sorts of double hooks and, you know, different shaped hooks and holders and things that might be useful. And on install day I could bring, I generally keep a sample of everything in an accessories box. I could bring those for you to sort of physically look at, and then you could say, okay, well, I have 10 of those, 3 of a double hook, 4 of a large double hook, and once you've actually physically looked at them, then I can you know, ship those straight to you and you can just drop them in yourself. It's really easy to snap those in. But so the fundamental things to look at is, I think, just utility tracks on this wall that you can then put a variety of holders and things on. Right at the top I've shown some 250mm deep pressed metal shelves. Excuse me for yawning. That's basically it. Decide what you think is best on these shelves and give me an opinion on these utility tracks.